We are back again. We just filmed one of our, what do you call it?
Episodes.
There we go. I was going to say our sessions, because I feel like this is like a counseling session for me. Like two friends just chit-chatting about like, you know, psychology and counseling and like really getting to know each other. So my name is Melina.
My name is Tracy.
And this is
Hey Sis.
Light That Candle. And as you can see, ours is already on from earlier. But we do have one more topic we really wanted to talk about today.
Yes.
And that is identifying your
negative voice. The negative critic.
Your inner critic. Absolutely, absolutely. And I was just sharing with Tracy, of course, off air, not being recorded. I was commenting to you how this is big. This is really, really big to me. Yeah, so let's back it up. What do you think of when you hear inner critic?
I think about the negative voice, or the voice that's in your head.
The narrator.
Something, that narrator, that's in your head, constantly saying something negative, saying something to deter you from doing what you want to do, from being your real self, your authentic self.
Here's the thing about being your authentic real self. When we have topics like these, ladies and gentlemen, and you know, I do kind of like present myself out there knowing that the women are the ones who are going to receive this message. We get very vulnerable in our podcasts and our conversations, whether it's on camera or off camera. For me, when I think about like inner critic, oh my goodness, I grew up being criticized every single day. Every decision I made. I was just telling her, my relationship with my mother was always very strained. And she was my biggest critic. And I can literally say I'm very confident I was the perfect daughter for her. However, it left me feeling like I was just never good enough anyway. You know? So when I hear the phrase, your inner critic, I want to know who put that voice in there. You know what I mean? Whose criticism are we mirroring? Because my mother passed away a few years ago, and I didn't realize that was going to have an effect on me waiting to be criticized, but then it didn't happen anymore. Do you see what I mean? It almost felt like it's just weird, and I know it's going to sound bad, but it almost felt like I had no one to impress anymore, because she was the only person that would have been picking and poking at me.
Yeah, I think so sometimes, and I'm sorry to hear, you know, that, and, you know, situation with your mom.
Yeah.
But I think, like, because you had been so used to hearing that for so many years.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And all of a sudden, that person was no longer there.
And that's why,
like, now what?
And that's why, you know, as adults, it's so important who we surround ourselves with. What kind of talk we even speak to ourselves.
Absolutely.
What are we speaking into our existence? What are we speaking to ourselves when there is no other voice but our own, right? So who we surround ourselves with, how they treat us, how we treat ourselves, how we view ourselves, affirmations, words of love and encouragement to ourselves. I seriously believe, I'm 45 years old, I'm still learning how to handle myself, because I love myself. I really, really do. I love myself. I have so much consideration for who I am and all that I have ever lived, you know, and I'm thinking to myself, if these are some of the things that I've gone through, I'm sure there are other women out there who have too. So I've got my notes here. We're talking about identifying our inner critic. We mentioned that this is like our narration, our self-talk voice, right? Something that really shapes how we see ourselves. And how we see ourselves is going to affect how we treat ourselves and how we present ourselves to the world too.
Exactly. And this is so important too. You know, you mentioned us, just who we surround ourselves with, you know, our friends, our circle. It's so important, yes, for us to do that. And for me, that inner critic, that negative inner critic, it started really early on with me. It started whenever I was in the elementary school. You know, I failed the 3rd grade, and that was it. After that, I started thinking negative about myself. My father was not in my life, so that was the other thing that made me feel like I was unloved, because he didn't want to have a relationship with me. I was bullied because I was failed the 3rd grade. I was in resource classes. All of those things. I felt stupid. I felt dumb, and it took me a while to get to a place, because I know you said something about, you know, it takes us a while to really learn how to love ourselves and really embrace all of us. And I think it's a lifetime. I think we grow in stages. We, you know, we learn different things, and as we get older, we really, if we're, you know, serious on that journey of self-love, then I think we just learn at different stages of our lives how to really embrace us, you know. And for me, I had to be intentional about making sure that I was saying positive things about myself, whether I believed it or not. Like, I am smart. I am beautiful. And things like that. And not only that, reading what I decided to read. Like you were saying, that you find positive quotes, or you find things to say, positive things in your journal. I think, you know, just us making sure that we not only surround ourselves with positive people and friends, but we also make sure that we're reading things that are positive to us, because it will, you know, it would kind of internalize, you know?
Right, absolutely.
So all of those things, I think it plays a big part of us in growing in self-love.